Are the anchors of Queer News Tonight, and this evening we discuss the queer headlines. Leaked Epstein emails suggest Trump knew of sex trafficking, spent time with the victim, and later dismissed revelations as a political hoax.
21 NBA teams have announced Pride Nights for 2026, but 9 remain silent, raising concerns about league-wide LGBTQ visibility and consistency.
Powerful conservative groups coordinate legal and cultural campaigns to roll back LGBTQ+ protections, influencing courts, government, and policy nationwide.
Despite a surge of anti-LGBTQ+ proposals nationwide, many failed as several states advanced protections, showcasing strong resistance and notable legislative progress.
Apple pulled Blued and Finca from China's App Store after a government order reflecting tightening censorship and pressure on LGBTQ+ communities.
All this important LGBTQ+ news and more this evening on Queer News Tonight. Welcome to Queer News Tonight. This is the world's first and only LGBTQ daily news television show, broadcasting live and available on demand on your favorite streaming channels.
Analytics company vidIQ has certified the Queer News Tonight YouTube channel as the world's most popular LGBTQ+ streaming news show. Our queer stories have reached over 11 million views.
We are proud that Queer News Tonight has more YouTube subscribers than any other LGBTQ brand in Florida. We thank you for watching and supporting our voice in our rainbow family.
There is no other news program in the LGBTQ world like Queer News Tonight.
It is Thursday, November 13th. We are live and literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we will tell this evening on Queer News Tonight.
You're watching Queer News Tonight, the world's first daily LGBTQ evening news show.
Welcome to the world's most important LGBTQ evening news show. Hotspots Magazine Happening Out Television Network is a nonprofit 501c3 media company in the same model as PBS and NPR, but created for the LGBTQ community.
Our nonprofit mission is to support the 11 pillars of our community. We want to inform and educate the key issues of lesbian, trans, Latino, Black, healthcare, seniors, students, faith, social justice, business, and queer culture. Help us support our diverse community.
We are part of one of the largest LGBTQ nonprofit media companies in America, Hotspots Magazine and Happening Out Television Network.
In 2025, our magazine is celebrating 40 years of the LGBTQ experience, and Queer News Tonight is celebrating our 5th anniversary with more than 11,000 LGBTQ television stories. We present South Florida's major LGBTQ events, including Pride Fort Lauderdale, Stonewall Pride, and Pride Fest. Our magazine, events, television news, talk, and entertainment shows support our mission to educate the LGBTQ and broader community.
In 2025, more than 100 community leaders will sit at this table and share their voice as our anchors. Together, we host this show to support the LGBTQ community. Let's meet this evening's anchors at Queer News Tonight. Let's welcome back anchor Yvonne Rohrbacher. Yvonne is a 35-year activist in South Florida and was the founding VP of our Pride Center. She currently volunteers and supports the Women's Fund at Stonewall Museum and Library and other local groups. She now works as Friendly Visitor Program Coordinator for SAGE. Yvonne, it's always great to have you next to me here. South Florida Friendly Visitor Program volunteer training is on November 15th. Tell me what's happening out.
Well, the South Florida Friendly Visitor Program will host a new volunteer training session on Saturday, November 15, 2025. We'll be at a beautiful intracoastal location, the Meridian at Waterways, one of our supporters in Fort Lauderdale. Organized by SAGE, the nation's oldest and largest organization dedicated to LGBTQ+ elders, this program will continue our mission of building bridges across generations. During the event, new volunteers will be learning how to provide companionship to LGBTQ+ older adults who are at higher risk of social isolation. The training will be led by myself, and participants are screened, trained, and guided to commit to visiting an LGBTQ+ elder weekly. Interested individuals can use the QR code or they can directly contact me. Can't wait. I'm so excited to be doing this job.
I was going to say, the way that we just spoke about it, I was like, I guess I'm going to be scanning this QR code. And, you know, I think it's really important for not only us to spotlight this, but when you're spending time with, you know, maybe someone who ran so your generation can walk, per se. It's always nice to give back to your community and to learn something new every day, especially if it's, you know, senior LGBTQ+. So I love what you're doing for this.
It's wonderful. The stories already, just from the few participants I've had the privilege to visit that are in the program, it's just so rewarding and fun. And my dream is to get the much younger generation to go in and interview these people, learn from that, but maybe even video it and take it to Stonewall.
Sure.
We'll see what happens.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
That's awesome.
I've had the pleasure of doing several events with Sage, Christmas parties and other things where I've performed for them. And they really are. They're wonderful. And as you said, you know, they put in the work.
Right.
I mean, sadly, we're having to put the work in again, but you know, maybe we could all probably learn a thing or two from them.
Absolutely.
Never forget our history. Absolutely.
No, that's absolutely right, Larry. Queer News Tonight looks forward to seeing you at South Florida Friendly Visitor Program Volunteer Training on November 15th. You can scan this barcode right here to get more information and sign up. Let's welcome anchor Jennifer McClain, a powerhouse entertainer for over 20 years. She has captivated audiences from Key West to Fire Island and beyond, honey. Featured on CNN and in the film Big Easy Queens on Hulu, she's a multi-award-winning singer and actor, celebrated as South Florida's favorite local celebrity and beloved performer on land and sea, also my fairy godmother. Jennifer, your Quirky Christmas Cabaret is coming to South Florida from December 9th to the 11th. Tell me what's happening out.
Well, Wilton Manors is going to be the setting once again for my third annual Quirky Christmas Cabaret at the Foundry, located at 2306 North Dixie Highway. From December 9th through 11th, audiences will gather at 8 p.m. each night for a festive one-of-a-kind show, along with my music director, Eric Alsford, and surprise guests. We will bring a mix of classic Christmas tunes, comedy, and sing-alongs with my signature flair. Each performance promises a joyful celebration of the season full of warmth, wit, and wonderful surprises. So whether you love holiday music, laughter, or just good company, this is the perfect way to get into the Christmas spirit. Tickets are available at RonnieLarson.com, and seats are filling up fast.
I bet. I sure hope I get out of the house to see that.
Oh, thank you.
I bet it's going to be so sparkly.
It is very sparkly, and everybody who comes gets their own individually painted ornament that I make every year.
I was going to say, it's an experience to be in the audience. It's an immersive Christmas cabaret experience.
Wow.
I have a special guest for the first time. I normally don't like to announce the guests because, well, they're pretty special. But sometimes I don't know who's going to be there or who's going to be able to make it, so I don't want to disappoint anybody. But I do know for a fact that one of my very special guests this year is sitting at this table.
Yvonne, are you in the show this year?
No.
I am so happy to announce that it's me. It's me.
I'm
Not doing that song.
Yes. I'm too busy with my new job.
So if you actually look down in the corner of the ad, I'm in the pink tutu right there. Yes. I'm so excited to join Jennifer on this journey. I've been in the audience for this show, and truly what sets it apart, and I would say this if she wasn't at the table, but what set this show apart as other Christmas shows at the time is that it really does feel like an experience. You're leaving with a gift bag. It's a sing-along. It's props. You never know who's going to show up. There are people who are flying in from New York City directly off of Broadway, directly off of radio stations. So it's a major deal. So if you can be there, you need to be there.
Awesome.
That is what I will say.
I cannot wait for this year's show.
And Queer News Tonight looks forward to seeing you. I got all wrapped up in the Christmas spirit. Looks forward to seeing you at Jennifer McClain's Quirky Christmas Cabaret from December 9th to the 11th. Let's welcome anchor Larry Farver. Larry has over 20 years of experience in human resources, acting, film, radio, TV, live events, parade float design, production, and casting. He's busy, honey. He is also a board member of the West Side Association. Larry, it's great to have you here. Island City yard sales kick off on November 22nd. Tell me what's happening out.
Absolutely, Eric. Wilton Manors will launch its 5-month Island City yard sales season on Saturday, November 22nd at City Hall Hagen Park, which is at 2020 Wilton Drive. The opening event, running from 8 to 2 p.m., is already sold out for vendors, promising a bustling day filled with treasures, bargains, and community fun. Shoppers will browse everything from collectibles and crafts to home decor and vintage finds, while enjoying the outdoor Saturday vibe. The Friends of the Wilton Manors Library will also be there with their book fair and be part of the event, offering gently used books to raise funds for the city-owned library. Upcoming market dates include December 13th, January 10th, February 21st, and March 14th. Mark your calendars. Vendor registrations will be on these dates, and you can register at wiltonmanors.gov. And then also, if you need more information, wiltonmanors.gov 418 Island City Yard Sales. And it's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I'm a recovering estate sale 12-step program. I lived in the upper.
You're not allowed to go.
Well, my husband just doesn't know when I go.
They screen at the entrance.
But having moved from the New York area when we lived in New Jersey 6 years ago and coming down here, I had to narrow all my finds from all my treasure hunting days to a pod. So there wasn't a lot that came down. So I had to rebuild.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect opportunity, whether you're a transplant or just looking for that special gift.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun if you haven't been.
It reminds me of a farmer's market, just kicked up like 10 notches.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
I was, while you were reading, I was like, he's selling this really, really well. I need to get to this and check it out. And then in the picture, I saw a rack of fur jackets and
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
appliances.
absolutely.
So it looks like you can really walk out with anything.
Jewelry and baubles
yeah.
and all kinds of finds.
Amazing.
Yep.
Amazing finds.
Queer News Tonight looks forward to seeing you at the Island City Yard Sale on November 22nd, kicking it off.
And of course, let's welcome tonight's lead anchor, Eric Restivo. Eric is a well-known DJ, cabaret singer, and host here in South Florida. Over the last 15 years, he has had DJ residencies in New York City, P-Town, and LA. Eric can now be seen and heard hosting and singing weekly all over Wilton Drive. Eric, standing on ceremony to celebrate love at the Foundry through November 28th? Tell me, what's happening?
Yes, so Standing on Ceremony, the gay marriage plays, it's been running, we started November 1st. It runs for the entire month of November. I am in 2 of the 9 plays that are being featured in this production. We'll bring together an acclaimed lineup of writers whose short plays will explore the humor, the heart, and humanity behind marriage equality. Our audiences will experience stories that unfold before, during, and after the words, I do, offering laughter, reflection, and emotion in equal measure. With many showtimes that we have scheduled throughout the week, the production will be presented in partnership with RonnieLarson.com. And I will say this has been a really positive process, from rehearsals to Tech Week to the show. It's been my reintroduction to theater, and it's been the perfect piece to do that with. So there are plays that will make you feel a little bit more sad than some of the others. There are some that will make you laugh more. But at this time in the world, in 2025, these plays are coming at a very timely moment. We need them. So this weekend, there is a wait list of 24 hopefuls. So go to RonnieLarson.com. Actually, it's very easy. On top, it says Standing on Ceremony. You'll get your ticket to that. Right underneath that, you'll get your ticket to Jennifer McClain's Quirky Christmas. They're right on top of each other. So it's, get the twofer while you're there. But I really think that if you need a good night out of just feeling your feelings and distracting yourself from what's going on in the world, please come check us out at the Foundry.
And I will say, I was lucky enough to be in the audience for their very first performance.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I was there for opening night, and it is a great evening of short plays. And Eric is a wonderful actor. Completely believable, especially in your second.
Oh, yes, the second one. Let's just say my character's name is Pablo.
Well,
And we're sad to see the mustache go.
Yes, that's okay. Yeah.
I can kind of feel the shininess starting to maybe wear off on me a little bit. I'm sitting among all these stars.
Oh,
It's just so bright right here. I can't stand
it's
it.
just my light. It's just the
I
light.
don't know. Queer News Tonight sure looks forward to seeing you at Standing on Ceremony to Celebrate Love at the Foundry through November 28th.
I'm Eric Restivo, and let's queer up politics. Epstein emails allegedly link Trump to trafficked girl. White House calls it political smear. Newly released emails from convicted child sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein suggest former President Donald Trump knew about Epstein's trafficking activities and allegedly spent hours with one of the victims. In a 2019 message to journalist Michael Wolff, Epstein wrote, quote, "Trump said he asked me to resign from Trump's Mar-a-Lago club, which he was never a member of. Of course, he knew about the girls as he asked my accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell to stop," end quote. Another email from 2011 to Maxwell called Trump, quote, "a dog that hasn't barked," end quote, implying Trump kept quiet about Epstein's crimes. Epstein added that Trump had spent hours with one of his victims at his home. The emails turned over to congressional investigators by Epstein's estate are part of a House oversight probe into government handling of Epstein's case. Sheesh. Trump dismissed the revelations as a hoax, accusing Democrats, of course, of using the leaks to distract from the ongoing 43-day government shutdown. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said the Democrats selectively leaked emails to the liberal media to create a fake narrative to smear President Trump, end quote. Maxwell, now in a lower security prison, has denied Trump's involvement and is reportedly seeking a presidential pardon.
Well, of course
Please,
he's going to
go
say
ahead, yes.
he was a good boy if he's trying to get pardoned and get out of prison. That's exactly how you do that with Trump.
The list of people that thought they were going to get the presidential pardon it's really kind of wild to look at all of them. But all of this it's funny that they're using the word distraction and then Democrat in the same sentence when his whole game is just distraction from what exactly is going on there. And by the way, what is going on there? None of us.
Well, I don't know. The email makes it sound like he wasn't in as deep as I still in my gut think he was.
Yeah.
Maybe even making money off of the whole thing. Who knows?
Right.
And they also, from what I understand, what the Democrats did release, I'm not going to say leaked, what they released is not what Pam Bondi is not releasing.
Right.
That's something completely different with thousands and thousands and thousands of documents and emails but her emails. Sorry.
Well, okay. We say it in here often.
and I don't recall the young lady's name, but apparently one of the young staff at Mar-a-Lago was one of the women that was, unfortunately taken advantage of. So, you look at the connections and they keep on popping up and there's the denial and smoke and mirrors ongoing.
Yeah, there was a story or a rumor that, and by name, this is definitely one of the victims, that she had started as a towel person at Trump's Mar-a-Lago, and Trump had said to Epstein, "You stole her from me."
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Just property, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
Gross.
Unfortunately, I don't think that this will be the last that we hear of this story.
I'm Larry Farver, and let's queer up sports. Most of the NBA is celebrating Pride. So what's holding up the final 9? Industry leader Outsports is tracking LGBTQ visibility across the NBA, where 21 teams have confirmed Pride Nights for the 2026 season, and 9 others still haven't shown their cards. The NBA has long positioned itself as one of the most LGBTQ inclusive men's leagues, with trailblazers like Jason Collins, the first active men's pro athlete to play after coming out, and Commissioner Adam Silver's open support at Pride parades. But with the season already 10% complete, the question remains, will every team step up? Here's the full landscape. Pride Nights have already taken place for the Hawks, Mavericks, Warriors, Lakers, and Celtics, while upcoming celebrations are planned across the league, including the Nets, Hornets, Bulls, Cavaliers, Nuggets, Pistons, Pacers, Clippers, and the Timberwolves, Knicks, 76ers, Suns, Trailblazers, Spurs, Magic, and Wizards. But 9 teams remain unannounced, and they are including Houston, Memphis, Miami, darn, Milwaukee, New Orleans, Oklahoma City, Sacramento, Toronto, and Utah. Oklahoma City hasn't hosted Pride since last season, and Memphis appears to be skipping entirely. Meanwhile, Major League Baseball saw 29 of 30 teams participate this year, raising the pressure on NBA holdouts. You can read more of this story at outsports.com. Well, looking at this story, while I'm not a big sports fan,
you knew all those teams.
Well, I hang out with a lot of girls in the community, so walk in their house for a party and the game's on. So that goes out to you, Margie and Edie up in Long Island, and Snowbirds down here. So anyway, it's reassuring that there is, a good turnout. It could be better. I'm very disappointed to say here in South Florida that Miami is not showing what they should be showing.
That feels like a reflection on the state. I mean,
Yes.
the state's
Yes.
anti-LGBT stances and platforms, and the state of Florida is not very welcoming.
No.
But like you said, it is nice to see that the majority of both the baseball and the basketball teams, at least it's forward-ish.
I have an issue with these nights and maybe it's an unpopular opinion. However, my issue is that I feel like I'm being thrown a bone. Like, I don't need you to feel bad for the gay community and give me a pride night because there's a few sports fans. I want to feel included and welcome to watch sports all the time. I think there should be a rainbow flag on every arena, anywhere. It should just be the norm, Yes, a whole month of Pride, we deserve it. But we need to move more towards a world, especially in the sports zone, where it's just the norm that gay people are just as big of sports fans as heterosexual people. And we don't need that extra special Pride night. Just let me be prideful every night at baseball.
And if you get...
Show the inclusiveness all the time. The Hard Rock Casino throws the rainbow flag and the trans flag colors up on the outside once or twice a week. They make it a point to make you feel welcome to go spend money there. I feel like these huge leagues need to just do that, do better.
You're next gen, Eric. It'll happen anytime now. I hate to admit that, not that you could tell or anything, but that I am not one of the sporty lesbians. But so I don't know for sure if Miami was more cooperative in the past, but I could swear they were. Because all of our friends, Cindy Brown, one of my best friends for many years, is very sporty. And she goes to all these games. And I'm pretty sure that there were Pride events last year with both of our major league teams.
Yeah.
I think since Trump, things have gotten very different. I think that...
What do you think, Cindy? Give us a call.
Let us know, Cindy.
Call in now.
Yeah, I think it just got a little bit more MAGA-y down there, since, I think that's really what it is.
I'm Yvonne Rohrbacher, and let's queer up the USA view. Speaking of more MAGA-y, coordinated far-right push threatens LGBTQ plus equality nationwide. Yeah, across courts, state houses, and school boards, well-funded organizations are working to roll back our hard-won rights. Often under banners like parental rights and protecting children, at the center is Alliance Defending Freedom, the legal powerhouse behind the Supreme Court's 303 creative decision. Watchdogs label it an anti-LGBTQ plus hate group for spreading disinformation, while ADF claims it's simply defending religious freedom. The Heritage Foundation's Project 2025 laid out a federal blueprint to erase protections for queer and trans Americans. Though Heritage calls it restoring moral order, is my rage showing? Advocates warn it's an existential threat, and Trump began implementing it upon returning to office. Longtime actors like the Family Research Council and Liberty Council continue pushing biblical values, fighting marriage equality, transgender rights, and bans on conversion therapy. Liberty Council founder Matt Staver frames the mission as a battle against sexual anarchy. Newer players include Turning Point USA, we just recently heard of that one, Moms for Liberty, and Gays Against Groomers. Drive cultural panic through schools, social media, and far-right media. Their campaigns against drag events, trans youth, and LGBTQ plus visibility have intensified harassment nationwide. Together, these groups form a coordinated movement reshaping U.S. policy and challenging LGBTQ plus equality at every level of government. Well, I know I've made too many faces and noises already. What do you guys think about that one?
Wow.
I mean, it's unfortunately not shocking. As someone who I've followed these groups for truly journalism purposes, Gays Against Groomers, Turning Point, I did not know until the death of Charlie Kirk, but Gays Against Groomers goes hard when it comes from our community. It's shocking to see other people in the LGBTQ community hate other gay people the way they do.
It seems to me,
you know?
and here's what I don't
Yeah.
know, I had not heard of Gays Against Groomers. To me, that sounds like that would be a positive group, that like we are gay people and we are against groomers. But now that I understand,
Groomers are drag queens.
Oh,
trans
God.
people are.
The only grooming that they're doing is personal.
Our teachers who are our teachers.
Amen.
That's what this group is. The groomers are teachers in the public schools who
crying
are
out
not
loud.
banning the books. The
anybody queer
groomers
that-
are the parents who are allowing their teen children to feel their emotions, and if they, say you are supportive of your trans child at an early age of 15 or 16,
oh my God,
they are coming for you, and they will target you down.
That's crazy.
You're giving me
well,
chills.
and they're probably like 1 million moms where there's only like a handful of them, but they're real vocal.
I don't follow.
Is that the problem?
I don't know. Now listen, I admittedly follow that group because it blows my mind in the worst way. I don't fight back, but I don't follow Turning Point or any of those other ones. Moms Against Liberty, we've reported here a million times. They're nuts.
Yeah.
But I just think there's something to say when it comes from your own community. It's just, we speak about the log cabin Republicans and different groups of gay people that other people think are just kind of self-hatred. This is a whole nother level.
This is a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Speaking of Moms for Liberty.
Yeah, right.
They ran 40 local and state election candidates in this recent election that was just, and 31 of them were contested and they lost them all.
They lost every single.
The 9 where they were the only candidate. Well, what are you going to do, right? But the 31 that were contested, they lost every single one. Thank you, God.
And that's why you have to pay attention to the lowest election school board. That's, people start getting in there.
Yep.
And the problem is that once they get in there, and they don't have to necessarily proclaim a party.
Right.
When they start there.
No.
So then they start building their name recognition.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I've heard of this person in my community, and maybe you're not following really closely, but you know their name.
Right.
Oh, I'll vote for them. And then next thing you know, you have MAGA in state government, and then
because a lot of the roles they run for, you're right, are nonpartisan. They only have to disclose much of their views.
Well, you have to look at Gays Against Groomers. It's almost like they're blind to what's going on in our country, and rather than unify, they're running the other direction.
It's just,
so let me guess, they're all MAGA then? You said blind to what's going on?
A lot of them, a lot of them are. And
I bet.
Well, but listen, that Moms for Liberty 31, that's a small win. That's a win that needs celebrating.
That was part of the whole blue wave on that election day.
Right. Yeah. We talk about small wins and victories at the table all the time.
Absolutely.
That's one of them.
I'm Jennifer McClain, and let's queer up the USA view. States where pro-LGBTQ plus progress held strong in 2025. In a year where more than 20 states enacted anti-LGBTQ plus laws, advocates say 2025 also delivered pockets of meaningful progress and surprising defeats for dozens of hostile bills nationwide. California once again led the way. Governor Gavin Newsom signed 6 pro-LGBTQ plus bills, expanding confidentiality for gender-affirming care, sealing gender transition court records for adults, strengthening paid family leave, opening adoption pathways for out-of-state queer couples, requiring colleges to share LGBTQ-specific crisis resources, and simplifying legal name and gender changes. He vetoed 3 others, including those mandating broader insurance coverage for hormones and HIV prevention drugs. 2 anti-trans sports and restroom bills also died in committee. Colorado Governor Jared Polis signed 3 measures, including the Kelly Loving Act, which classifies intentional dead naming or misgendering as discrimination and eases gender marker changes on IDs. 4 anti-trans bills failed. Massachusetts strengthened its shield law protecting abortion and gender-affirming care, while all 5 anti-trans proposals stalled. And in conservative states, volume didn't equal victory. Texas saw 97 anti-LGBTQ plus bills introduced, but all but 5 failed. Mississippi passed just 2 of 22. Virginia, Connecticut, Arizona, and Oregon saw every anti-LGBTQ plus bill die. Idaho passed 7 harmful bills, but 9 more were defeated. As advocates warn, many of these measures may return, but in 2025, resistance held firm. Just like we said, take the victories. Take the victories. They may be small,
Right.
but they are steps. They are stepping stones to broader victories down the road.
Yeah.
I have to agree. And I speak for what just happened in New York as well, I think was a small victory for the city, the new appointed mayor of New York. And I think that this is all good things for the LGBTQ plus community moving forward.
Well, and
Fingers crossed.
some good stuff in Colorado and California for the trans community as well. I love the one about sealing the records of your death.
Absolutely,
Wonderful.
yes.
And making it a crime to misgender or dead name
That's
somebody.
great.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only
That's
dead name I
progress.
will approve of is the Gulf of Mexico.
Being
Yeah,
a,
Larry.
yeah, I was just going to say, it wasn't mentioned in there, but being a former New Jerseyan outside of New York, you know, they had a gubernatorial win, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it was great that, you know, Democrats won there because, you know, the Republican candidate, Jack Ciattarelli, if I'm saying that correctly.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he would have been a scary thing to hit the Garden State, and Virginia also did very well. So there was a wave of blue.
Yep.
Yeah,
right.
which we
That was
needed.
awesome.
Which we
Absolutely.
needed.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm Larry Farver, and let's queer up the worldview. Apple removes China's top gay dating apps after government order. Apple has pulled 2 of China's biggest gay dating apps, Blued and Finca, from its app store after receiving a takedown order from China's main internet regulator, the Cyberspace Administration of China. The move, first reported by Wired, follows days of Chinese social media chatter noting the app's disappearance from iOS and several Android stores, although both are still functional for users who previously downloaded them. According to an Apple spokesperson, quote, "We follow the laws in the countries where we operate. Based on an order from the Cyberspace Administration of China, we have removed these 2 apps from the China storefront only," end quote. The company added that the apps have already been unavailable in other regions. Most international LGBTQ plus dating platforms are already blocked in China. Grindr vanished from Apple's China store in 2022. The latest removals come amid intensifying pressure on China's queer community, with rights groups shuttered and social media platforms increasingly censoring queer content. Well, first of all, we need to always remember, while we're protecting ourselves here in our country, that we need to also do what we can for our brothers and sisters in other countries. And you know, certainly it's a really trying time worldwide. You know, you have to just constantly be looking behind your shoulder.
Yeah.
If you're a member of our community, and thank goodness, you know, we're seeing that there's some positive blue waves here with allies. What do you all think?
You know what? Here's the thing. I would do away with all the apps. I would get rid of Grindr. I'd get rid of Sniffies. I'd get rid of all of the apps because I think people get hurt. I think it's not safe. I think that you meet one wrong psychopath and your life is at risk. I think that if you want to cruise, go back to the old-fashioned way, make eye contact with someone. Hopefully it's in a gay space, and then go to the bathroom and do your thing.
But how safe is that?
Well,
I mean, especially
at least
with,
they're in front of you.
At least yeah.
You know,
Or-
maybe engage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. In China, is that even more dangerous than being able to be on the app? It seems like maybe that was the only way they could surreptitiously be themselves. I don't know.
As a gay man who has truly not been on the apps in a decade, I just get freaked out. I just get for my friends,
Seems
you know,
so
and like,
dangerous, yeah.
and they'll show me like these beautiful men, you know, like, and I'll be like, this cannot be someone. Like, this has to be.
But how do you,
like,
how do you feel about like the straight apps for that? Do you feel the same way?
I do. Yeah, I think it's probably dangerous for anyone. Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
and-
anyone
well,
see American
I-
Psycho? I mean, you know,
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you know,
There's
and you
psychos
see-
both
right.
in front of
That's-
and behind screens.
Well,
Well,
that's true, but it's very clear that people are bringing people to their home on those straight hookup apps.
Right.
Yeah.
Like just for an hour of fun, they're letting a stranger come to their house. I'm
It's-
freaking out about
it's-
that myself.
And,
yeah.
and in these times, whether you're here or somewhere else, it's scary with the emergence of AI stronger than ever. And then the possibilities that it can ruin people's lives.
We have reported
entrapment. Yeah.
plenty of
Yeah.
people falling for AI from this table
Yep.
and then
Catfishing.
not meeting up with someone, then being put in jail because they gave the AI robot a certain amount of money that they're not going to get back. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a wild time to be alive.
But
So-
but it doesn't necessarily mean that they should block these apps.
Oh, heck
No.
no.
Oh, no.
You
Like
know,
I said,
and
maybe that was the
especially
only
if
safe
it's-
way for China
if it's a
people to find
dating
each
app,
other.
Sure, yes. If
as
that's
opposed to a hookup app. I mean, I know that there's
right,
a
it's
lot
not
of
Grindr.
crossover.
They're saying it's a dating app, and
Yeah.
that could be, Yvonne, that's a great point. This could be the main.
maybe it
income
is more
for
vetted.
them
Maybe it is more like
Right.
God knows
know.
there aren't any gay bars that
But I do feel like there's a way
be
to do
found,
that,
I'm
not
sure.
to harp on it, but there probably is a way to screen, you know, for that, to maybe, you know, the people who are paying the $3.99 a month are actually serious about being on this app and maybe finding someone, as opposed to just the free trials where you can go get your rocks off and then come
Yeah.
back to it. There's something to say about a membership for these apps,
Sure.
especially providing a safe space if there's not another way to do it in a place
Yeah.
like China. LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up entertainment. The Devil Wears Prada 2 struts in with new teaser. Gird your loins! The Devil Wears Prada 2 just unveiled a new teaser and poster, sending LGBTQ fans shaking in their Prada boots, honey. Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci return as Miranda Priestley, Andy Sachs, Emily, and Nigel. Director David Frankel and writer Aileen Brosh McKenna are back too. The sequel introduces an all-new runway of characters, including Kenneth Branagh, Simone Ashley, Justin Theroux, Lucy Liu, Patrick Brammel, Caleb Herone, Helen J. Shen, Pauline Chalamet, BJ Novak, and Conrad Ricamora. I hope I said all that correct. The film hits theaters May 1st, 2026, and as that little excited gay boy, I have girded my loins. I am ready to see it. I've watched the trailer 13 times already. It's a short little teaser. We were talking a little bit during the break about some of the behind the scenes that have leaked from this film. And if you're a fan of the original, it doesn't look like we're going to be disappointed, right? Yeah.
it looks fabulous, and the women look fabulous.
Right.
always.
They look amazing.
Yes, and two of my Jersey girls who are two of my favorite actresses, Meryl Streep and Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
And I love Stanley Tucci too.
That's going to
Yeah.
be great. I
He's
can't wait
great
to
in
see
it.
that.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't a question. LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up gay culture. Netflix drops gay dance romance 10 Dance in 2025. A sizzling new gay dance drama is heading to Netflix. 10 Dance, based on the beloved BL manga, follows two men consumed by the world of competitive dance. The film stars rivals whose partnership in a 10 dance competition sparks undeniable chemistry. With its yaoi roots, intense feud, and a poster showing the leads quite close to each other, this Japanese language romance promises heat. 10 Dance premieres December 18th, 2025. And it looks pretty steamy.
I was going to say, just from that little trailer
yeah.
that was
Oh,
playing,
yeah.
it looks like it's shot beautifully. I would love to
The
see
characters
it, yeah.
look like they're moving beautifully as well. LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up entertainment. Fun. Ricky Martin promises more heat in Palm Royale Season 2. Ricky Martin is keeping 2025 sizzling. Fresh off viral thirst traps and his VMA Latin Icon Award, the star is turning up the heat as Robert, his closeted gay character in Palm Royale. Ricky tells Pride there's a lot of kissing and a lot of nudity and a lot of good stuff, and that he hopes viewers see themselves in Robert and find a way out straight deep into acceptance. Season 2 is streaming now on Apple TV. Oh, I can't wait. I love that show, and I think he's doing a great job.
I know. I love watching him as an actor, too. You know, it's like some singers don't translate into actors, and Ricky Martin totally does it for me.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he does.
I think he does it for everybody.
Yeah.
LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up entertainment. Glen Powell's towel-dropping moment sends LGBTQ fans into a frenzy. Everyone say, "Thank you, Glen Powell." The actor is once again lighting up the internet, this time for a revealing moment in his new action film, The Running Man. After going viral last month for his steamy birthday pics, Powell ups the ante in a scene where he's wearing just a towel, until he's not, putting him on full display and sending fans berserk. Catch the buzzworthy moment when The Running Man hits U.S. theaters tomorrow, November 14th. Well, he's not bad. He's
not hard on the eyes. No, he's not horrible to look at. I'm trying to look at his resume to see what you may know him from. Top Gun Maverick. Did you see that one? He was in that. Other than that, I don't know anything else.
Probably some TV show. I watch a lot of TV.
But I saw the towel drop moment, maybe here, maybe not, and it's worth it. Go Google it. It's good.
LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up the USA View. Support for marriage equality slips as conservative pressure mounts. A new Economist YouGov poll shows U.S. support for same-sex marriage slipping to 54%, with 33% opposed, a sharp decline from Gallup's 2021 high of 70%. The partisan gap remains stark. Gallup's 2025 survey found that just 41% of Republicans and 88% of Democrats back legal recognition of same-sex marriages. Support for trans rights remains even lower, with 41% agreeing society has gone too far. The dip comes amidst escalating conservative efforts targeting LGBTQ plus rights, even as the Supreme Court declined to revisit Obergefell versus Hodges on November 10th. Well, I'm going to be positive. I fought for marriage rights when I was in New Jersey, marched on Washington. We're here to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Were you going to say something? I don't want to jump on your words.
It's just the 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah,
or,
it's the name of the game, you know, and it's unimaginable to even think that we're in a position right now where it could be taken, you know, thankfully they threw out Kim Davis and trash.
Yeah.
But they took the trash out. But
it's a very good sign. I think that'll hold us for a little while.
Yeah, I think so
and then tying into what we talked about earlier with, you know, gays against groomers, we also have to support our trans brothers and sisters
even
as
more.
well.
Yes.
Absolutely.
More than we ever have.
Absolutely.
And Day of Remembrance events are coming up. Yeah, don't forget.
And I have to say, polls are not always as reliable. That they don't say. They say, "Oh, we polled 1,000 people." That's nothing.
They're meant to make you mad.
Yeah. I mean, they're accurate insofar as it is the percentage of the people that are asked and the percentage of the people that pick up their landlines.
Right.
Come on.
Oh boy. Well, that's a
true.
limited take.
I
So I'm
haven't
going
had
to
one in
say.
years.
Yeah.
These are today's headlines from Queer News Tonight. Our anchors represent the best of our LGBTQ family.
If our community is important to you, share this news with your friends and family. Don't forget to join the conversation on your favorite streaming platform. Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ digital television show in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines.
We need your support. If our community is to grow and then thrive, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention of the broader world.
This is the only place in the world that tells these types of LGBTQ stories in motion and sound. That is the passion of Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network, and Queer News Tonight.
I'm your anchor, Eric Restivo, and I thank you for joining us on behalf of my fellow LGBTQ anchors here at Queer News Tonight, Yvonne Rohrbacher, Jennifer McClain, and Larry Farver. We'll see you daily at 8 p.m. to our LGBTQ plus world. We wish you a good night.